What is going on, everybody? Jumbo Thick here. We are back with more Emberfell Whispers from the Stars, our D&D 5th edition campaign. I am your DM, your GM for the night, Jumbo Thick, and we're joined by the entire cast and crew of the White Scale Band, as I named them. Let's go and do some brief introductions, because we've got a hell of a night ahead of us. We'll see. It might not be as bad as you think. Let's start off with Jumbo Smooth.
Hello everyone, I am Jumbo Smooth. I'm going to play Rogar Salvamu. He's a big dragonborn barbarian with white scales.
With white scales. And then let's slide on down to Kayla. Oh,
okay.
There we go.
I got it. I played Velree, Dampier Barbarian. Not as big, very petite, really, but still equally as strong as Rogar, basically.
Yes.
Yeah, and I be spider climbing everywhere, so I'm actually cooler.
I be spider climbing. Got it. Let's slide on over to old Doobie 209.
Yes, I play Tristan Rell, a high elf wizard who's probably the most average person in the party in every way, shape and size.
Sure.
Yes.
Sure. I think you're pretty tall, if I remember correctly. Not in comparison to Rogar, who's a freak of nature. That was Matt's fault, though. Let's slide on over to Andrea.
Hi, I am playing Zune, Drow Bard, and we can go on to the next person.
Okay, on to the next person. How about, last but not least, the big double D, Dan Decker.
Hello, I am next person. Dan playing Rizai. He is he's a part of the Order of the Blades and a cleric. Appearances can be deceiving, looks a little bit like a hobgoblin, but maybe that's not exactly what he is. Who knows?
Exactly.
But what he is a breaker of hearts and a doer of swords.
Oh, breaker of hearts. Let's see. I'd like to hear more about that one day.
Okay.
Well, let's get into it then. Last we left off, the White Scale Band has found themselves, after a harrowing experience, thwarting the evil matron mother of Krentel, also your party member, Zoom, the downfall of House Zygium, as well as essentially assassinating a member of the council, who happened to be Zune's own father. There was a mild patricide that took place. And after all of the dust settled, you were cleansed of all wrongdoing, as you did in fact aid Silver Durai in uprooting a foul influence that could have been left to fester, as well as possibly removing a significant threat in the rise of the matron herself, as she was becoming something not of this world. But as you had a few months, about a month or so, in Silver Durai, you patched yourselves up. You were released from prison. That was a good thing. And before you left, you were ultimately deciding where you were going to end up going. Continuing your adventure, seeking answers, possibly revenge in mind, with the idea of perhaps visiting the Mar one final time, as there appears to be an opportunity to remove the heads of the snake, as it was. But before that, you decided to pull a different string, as there was some information that you learned in the meantime that the Dark Marshal, the leader of the Deep Rangers, the de facto scouts of Silver Durai that help monitor and protect the very few trade routes through the Underdark from Silver Durai to other places, has gone missing, with a number of his scouts vanished, until a small party made it back to Silver Durai. You deciding to investigate, perhaps with motives of building Crintel's name back. We'll see how that goes. But also, you also had a list of ingredients you might want to collect while you are in the Underdark. Seeking this opportunity after forming a somewhat tenuous alliance with a interesting halfling gnomish gentleman at the college that offered to rapidly transport you, mostly Velree, but the rest of you as well, to the entrance or the nearby area of where the Marsh stronghold that you had discovered possibly would be, allowing you some time. You would have to do the far traveling that you have previously done before, and decided that, let's take a trip through the old Underdark. Let's see what's down here. You were giving access to leave the city and enter into the caverns by the head of the above garrison, a stalwart friend of Zune, sort of, the Honorable Vonria Davala, who seemed to be at her wit's end, dealing with the fallout and the new tasks that she's been having to pick up since the disappearance of the Dark Marshal. The survivors included a trio of adventurers, numbering a interesting character by the name of Paladin, who happened to be a follower of the Oracle of Blades, who challenged Resier to a duel, smacked him down a little bit, and then, you guys embraced and went your separate ways. You managed to ply more information out of his ranger of sorts, the red-scaled dragonborn, Eternal, and got a few strange, gawking looks at the mechanical man that was also in his party as well. After receiving a modified map as to where they had moved from, taking you past the furthest known anchor point where there is a ranger camp in the Underdark, you decided to speak with some of the actual ranger survivors, some of the Deep Delphers. They were heavily wounded and maimed, and we found out that Zoom doesn't like war veterans, and had some few choice words towards some individuals missing their legs.
They don't like me. That was different. They started.
We'll say, it is what it is.
Start anything. There didn't have to be anything. But
nobody's pointing fingers here. I believe that the hardened veteran ranger that just lost his limbs was pointing out that he didn't think that Zune looked like the type of person that would be crawling around the Underdark tunnels.
No, he said I
feathered
couldn't handle
boa. And then you verbally abused him. Put him down in his place, and that's where he belongs, and that's where he'll stay. By God. You then ventured into the tunnel, one of several tunnels, the one in particular you were pointing towards. And as you were moving down, a few hours had passed, and Velree was, of course, scaling the ceiling, like she always does. There are stalactites, stalagmites. The Underdark is complete blackness. Now, most of you have dark vision, and I do believe Resier and Rogar did decide to light some torches. Resier lighting his flaming scimitar. Rogar just actually lighting an actual torch, just to give you some actual light so that you can differentiate pigment, because that might be utterly important in the Underdark. As you can assume, most creatures down here can see in blackness, and they must use alternative means to blend into their surroundings. The local flora, mostly a collection of mushrooms and strange bacterial growths. Most of it, a vast amounts of it being, in fact, what's the word when it glows? Why am I spacing?
Bioluminescent.
Bioluminescent. There we go. Bioluminescent. Most of it being bioluminescent, giving off extremely dim light, not enough to really see by, but enough to give you a little, there's a wall there, probably, kind of situation. But as you adventure down here with your light leading the way, you've only diverged to, you've only taken 1 or 2 turns off of the main path, the most largest tunnel, when you started hearing a cacophony of caws and strange noises from behind you, from where you had just ventured. And as that was happening, as the noise was reverberating, you were deciding what to do, Velree stumbled across a black gelatinous thing clinging to the ceiling of the cavern. As she jumped away, it fell down. Rosier managed to dodge out of the way as it splashed into the middle of your path. And that's where we are going to begin our session. So I'm going to have to get everybody to roll me initiative, please. I love it. And 16 for Velree. All right. I'm going to put us in initiative order. So, it's important to note, this thing is massive. It is somewhere around 20, 25 feet tall. It takes up the majority of the cavern space. The only way that you can tell it's there is because you have actual light that reflects off the glossiness of the foul ooze that blocks your path. Parts of it are beginning to move and twist as it senses the party present, with Velree and Rosier being the closest. We'll decide on how all that's going to work out. But the creature in question gives off a foul, acrid smell, and it smells somewhat almost decaying in nature. It did, as it dropped down to the floor, some of the bioluminescent mushrooms and some of the moss actually began to blacken, smoke, and then pull away. They began to melt into its form as it began to slowly scoop its way closer to the party. First in initiative, the lovely Rogar.
Rogar will rage.
Rogar immediately rages. Ah!
And he's going to attack with his deep cleaver.
Okay. You remove the deep cleaver. You charge towards the creature. Go ahead and make your attack rolls.
All right. I'm going to attack recklessly with Weapon Master.
Okay. $29 definitely hits.
4. Okay. That will be 20 damage, or 23 damage.
23 points of damage. Rogar, as you slice into the creature, first thing you notice, you slice into it. Slice. As you do, you notice that your blade does absolutely no damage to it. Passes straight through it. And as you do, the thing splits in two. And now there are 2 creatures. So you slice through it. And it appears to be unfazed by your weapon.
Shit.
What have you done?
No!
What are you going to do, Rogar?
Is that a magical weapon?
Can do.
It is
a
magical.
magic weapon. I'm going to look at it and frustratingly he's gonna can I throw a kick?
Sure.
All right.
You go, and try to kick it with your foot. Give me a unarmed attack roll.
16.
16 hits. How much damage is your unarmed strike?
5 plus 3. So 8.
All right. 8 points of damage to the form. You, for both attacks that you made, you're going to take 8 points of acid damage.
Oof.
As the cleaver sliced through, you actually get splashed a little bit, and then when you kick it, your foot sinks in slightly, and you feel the sizzling burn on your scales, Rogar, as you pull back.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's my turn.
And that's
All I
it for,
can
I
do.
mean, that's it for Rogar. So that's it for Rogar. I was like, oh, shit! All of you see this take place. Velree, it's your turn.
So he used a magical weapon and it did no damage, and then he kicked him and it did damage, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
So what are you going to do, Velree?
Okay. Questions.
Yes.
My infectious fury says that only I have to be raging for it that to work.
Yes.
But do I get any bonuses? I guess do I get any other bonuses though when I rage if I don't use my weapon?
If you use melee attacks, you get your rage bonuses. If they're not melee attacks, you don't get any rage bonus.
Yeah, no, I was gonna melee with.
Yeah.
Can I just not use magical claws? I'm scared if I do magical claws.
Close your fist.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay. So I'm gonna range.
All right.
Let's see. Hold on. Where's my freaking range? It's been so long. Okay. And then I will, I guess, just attack
with your fist. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you going to attack the one that is next to Rogar, or are you going to attack the one that split off from him?
I don't know. I'm probably the main guy. They'll probably all have to be killed. How far is the rain?
They're negligible for you. You can get to either one, no problem.
God. I guess I'm going to attack the one Rogar's attacking.
Okay.
See what happens.
Go ahead and make some attack rolls for me. You can go reckless if you'd like. I will say this: it doesn't look hard to hit. Okay. It is a gigantic blob.
Right.
I'm just gonna throw it out there.
But I still get 4 attacks, even though they're not my claws.
Sure. Yeah, since it's unarmed, I will allow it. No problem.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna just normal. Oh, balls. 13. Does it 13?
13 definitely hits.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Do you want me to just?
I'm just gonna tell you right now. You cannot not hit this thing.
Okay.
It has an AC of 7. You could roll a natural 1 and still hit this thing.
Okay, great.
So you're fine. Yeah.
Well, should I roll? I can still roll to see if I get a critical.
You can roll to see if you get a critical, though. So you might as well just roll them all.
Okay. Damn it. No. All right. Whatever.
All right. There are 4 hits, though. Go ahead and you can roll your damage, and we will say that it is bludgeoning instead of slashing damage.
4d6s.
I would have inspired Velree and Zune.
Of course you would have.
So 19 plus 5 is 20 plus whatever, or you know the math.
So that's going to be 39 plus. You gave her 2, right, Rogar, for each attack?
Yes, he says 2.
Plus 8, so that is 48. Right? Did I do that right?
Yeah.
47.
Are you doing the plus 5 for each? Yeah, you have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, so the 5, 10, 15.
Okay. Since you and Rogar are both in melee, you and Rogar are going to take 16 points of acid damage, both of you, from the strikes. As you strike it, and as the ooze begins to ripple and splatter. Yes, Velree.
The whole reason I did that was also I wanted to do the psychic attack.
The infectious fury. Okay. What kind of save is it?
It was I think it's a
wisdom. It's quite bad at that. I will go ahead and roll for it, and it gets 13.
It's a 17. Is this?
So it fails big time.
That's a high save.
All right. So 2d12 psychic damage.
Okay. Go ahead and roll it.
1, 2. It'll be 12 points.
Of psychic damage. Reverberate after several of the hits. You feel the corrosive form just melting into your flesh. If you had any clothing on your upper arms or your hands, they have been wilted away as your skin begins to blister from the acid. Some of it splashing onto Rogar. He's usually relatively unclothed anyway, but regardless, you guys are feeling the pain. Is that going to be it, Velree?
Huh?
That's going to be it, right?
Yeah, did the psychic damage do additional damage? Like, make us get additional damage from?
No, it did not. No.
Okay. Cool. Yeah, I'm done.
Okay. That will then bring me to Zune. It is your turn.
Right. So how does an amorphous blob?
It's hard to tell. It looks like the one that Rogar and Velree are hammering on has begun to like kind of shrink down, and parts of it are kind of like sloughing off.
Are those parts still moving, or are they just like dissipating?
They're just kind of like turning into like puddles on the ground.
All right. So does it look like this thing is responding to noise or anything like I guess there's no way I would be able to tell.
It's hard to tell. You have no idea how a creature like this is. How is it even seeing? There's nothing. There's no visual connection. You're not sure.
Does it look like the thing that was in the prison? And
it does, very much so. Except for much larger than the one you guys saw in the cells.
For the other one, I'd like to use polymorph.
Okay.
It's a Wisdom 19 saving throw. I'd like to polymorph it into a rat.
Okay. I doubt it. I don't think it can actually make this save.
I hope it doesn't. Okay, then.
I rolled a 19, but it has a -2 to its wisdom save. So it fails. It fails. So one of the oozes shrinks down into a rat. It's black and tar-like. That's what it looks like, but as it's like kind of like adjusting to its new shape. We'll see what happens.
I would like to. It's going to put me in range, but I would like to grab it and shove it into a bag. Probably the bag with the writhing head. No, not with the writhing head. I don't want it to die.
You go to grab the creature. Give me a melee attack roll, Zune, to see if you can catch this rat.
Yes.
Now, the AC for a rat is not super high.
So let me get to my actions. Melee attack. So that would be what, unarmed strike?
Yes.
All right. So please work. Oh.
Dear God, yes. So in a speed of inspiration, as Zune moves forward, it's a bonus action. You're not like doing any damage or anything. You run forward, and in a swift strum of your lute, your bardic magic assaulting the creature, it shifts and moves into the small rat-like form. Before it even hits the ground, Zune runs over, reaches a hand out, grabs the struggling rat that has never had limbs before. It's unable to kind of move itself at this point. As you grab a hold of the ooze rat, where are you going to put it, Zune?
Somewhere where it can't bite me and hurt me. If I have a pocket or anything like that, or my backpack or something, I want to shove it into something, but at the same time, not with the living head that won't die, because that's a recipe for disaster.
Where to put the rat ooze?
I'll just hold it because I don't like.
You're thinking about it, and you're like. I don't know. But so you hold it in your hand, and
I don't want it to die in my hand. Is my goal.
Would you like to move away from the?
I would like to move away.
Okay.
I'm sure I'll take an attack of opportunity, but
you move away from it, and it's already used its reaction to split. So you move away from it, and that is that. Right. That will then bring me to
Love
Tristan
pies.
Farrell.
All right, so there's just one creature at the moment.
Yes, there is.
Tristan Burrell is gonna cast a firebolt at it.
Firebolt it. Go
Firebolt.
go ahead and give me an attack roll, Trist.
Oh, it's a 15.
That hits, Trist. That hits because
Yeah.
you cannot miss it.
Yeah. I like those kind of monsters.
17.
17 fire damage.
17 points of fire damage. You strum up a bolt of fire, your arcane runes coming to life as you weave parts of the fabric of time together. It lashes forward, striking the creature, and you watch as it crumples into it's like half as large as it was before. Whereas before it was somewhere around 20 feet, now it's somewhere around 10 feet tall or so. It is definitely shrinking and writhing.
Kill it with fire.
That will bring me to Resire at this point then.
Oh, yes. I will keep my distance. And I will cast Sacred Flame, huh? And
Okay.
Dex save of 17.
Dex save. It has a -3 to its dex saves.
So,
So it gets a 0 on its dex save.
Wonderful.
So I'm going to say that it failed.
There you go.
17 points of radiant damage.
Fire damage. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it's radiant, yeah.
I think it's radiant. Is it radiant or fire?
Yeah. It is radiant.
It is radiant. Okay.
It is radiant.
All right. As
17
the
points
light
of radiant damage.
As the light strums force from Resire, kind of swings his blade around, and as he points towards it, it strikes the creature. It kind of like jiggles and shakes some more, and it is getting pounded on now at this point.
I like the idea of rat slime also.
Yes, we'll see how that goes
That
momentarily.
was inspired.
The
Very
ooze.
inspired.
Yeah, this very large ooze is going to move forward, and as it does, it is going to move through both Velree and Rogar, who both need to make strength saving throws, which you're probably extremely good at.
Who's making what?
Strength save. Rogar
Roll a
failed.
2 and a 4. 13. Jesus Christ.
Velree passes easily enough. As the creature moves forward, Rogar's not ready for it. Perhaps his foot wasn't completely pulled back yet. He gave it the switch kick and he's pulling it. He's not used to kicking things. He's a very top heavy guy. As he goes to pull back, as the creature moves forward, and Rogar is engulfed in the creature. He just goes into it. Velree is able to force her way away from it before it manages to ingest her as well. However, that was just its movement. It doesn't move very far. It just swallows Rogar. Rogar's inside going, and it is going to lash out towards. Let's see how long the pseudopod is. This pseudopod is 10 feet. It is going to try to grab its rat-like form. Therefore, it is going to try to eat Zune. So let's roll to hit. See if it hits Zune. That is a 10 to hit Zune. That fails miserably. As it's very slow and not very deliberate. And you get the sense that this creature probably mostly relies on surprising its targets. So Zune's able to duck around, holding its rat half, and that's all it can do. All right, that will bring me back to Rogar, who's currently being digested. Rogar is going to take 26 points of acid damage as he's being digested. Screaming, nothing coming out.
Nothing coming out, yeah.
What would you like to do, Rogar?
Can I make any kind of save to escape?
You can make an athletics check to escape from the creature, if you'd like.
Athletics, all right. I will do that. 19.
More than enough. Rogar's able to get just big goops of the tar-like substance, and you see his head reappear. You see he's burning all over. and he just slides out of it like a newborn babe. Slides out of it on the floor, covered in most of his clothing is melted off at this point.
Just like Ace Ventura.
Yes, he's just like Ace Ventura. As he stands up. I guess you still have a bonus action, Rogar? That would be your action.
I'll turn around and I'll give it a frost breath. It needs to make a dex save of 18.
No frost breath? I'm gonna save you the trouble because it is immune to the frost.
Oh, of course it is.
And the frost just cascades and it just instantly melts into its form. It's immune to several things. So, you're like, damn it! All right. That will bring me then to Velree. It's your turn, Velree.
Okay. I'm going to attack again. Unarmed fist. And obviously hit all 4 times.
Okay, that's true. If you'd like to roll to see if you get a natural 20, you can.
I forgot. Damn it. Negative Batman. Okay.
There you go. Go ahead and roll your damage. So 46 plus 20 plus 8, so plus 28, so 46. So 13 plus 28, 20, 30, 41 points of damage. Bludgeoning damage.
She should be plus 5 for each attack she makes.
Yes.
Just because. Oh no, wait, she's doing unarmed. You're right. Never mind. It's 20.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. So got that. Do you want to do the infectious fury? Okay.
Yeah.
I don't think it can actually save since it's a 19. It can't. It got a 10 anyway. It has advantage. No, not on this because it's not magical. Doesn't matter. It fails. Go ahead and roll your damage.
Okay. Oh, nice. 18.
18 points of psychic damage. Racking into this creature. It is quivering, and parts of it are just kind of sloughing off at this point. Is that going to be it for Velree?
Yep.
Velree and Rogar are going to take 22 points of acid damage from the pounding you just laid into it.
That's fair.
Is anyone in need of healing, or are you both still tanking pretty hard?
They're fine. They're fine.
We got a ways to go.
All right, Zoom. It is
Dissonant Whispers.
Dissonant Whispers. Is it wisdom? Is wisdom, right?
I think so. Pretty sure it's wisdom.
I think it's wisdom. I'm gonna roll wisdom. Natural 1, which brings it to a -1 on its saving throw. So it's definitely gonna fail on that front. Only 9 points of damage.
I wish you could. Level 1. I don't know how badly off it's hurt. I'm trying to conserve some spells.
I wish you could see the hit points because it had exactly 9 hit points left. This half did. As Zoom belts out a sonorous tone, and this black pudding is never going to dance again. As it falls to pieces on the ground, racked with immutable horror. The other half of its body that you have in its hand just quivers in pain as it falls to pieces. And you might be out of this encounter, depending on what you want to do with that rat soon.
I'm going to hang on to it for the next hour. If there is a cliff.
I mean, technically, yes, you have an hour. So,
have an hour.
As long as you concentrate. And we're out of combat. That was quick, everyone. Extremely quick. And boom, that's that. So, black pudding annihilated. Gargantuan black pudding, I might add. It wasn't just a regular one. You still hear the claws and the reverberations of the avian crow-like voices rumbling from behind you. What would you guys like to do at this point? You only a round and a half passed, so not much time passed.
I cast Comprehend Languages. Like, does it sound like someone speaking, or does it just sound like?
Please, before you do that, please
Yeah, it's
check.
not to say please. Yeah.
Is comprehend languages concentration? You need to check before you cast it, because otherwise a black pudding will appear on top of you.
That's
like I was
this would be pretty on brand for Zune. I'm not gonna lie. Hang on one sec. Let me find out. Comprehend languages. There you are, buddy. Let's see what you are. No, it's not concentration.
Not? Okay.
All
right. You cast. You go ahead and cast comprehend languages.
Yep.
You hear. All of a sudden, it still sounds like it's coming from a beaked mouth. You hear the cause shouting, "Death! Death! Death!" Just over and over again in different tones. And that's all you hear, reverberating like a horrible chorus of lamentations down the tunnels.
Maybe we should pick the other tunnel, guys.
So what are we doing, everyone?
Definitely moving.
You're like, oh, shit, we should go.
Yes. Don't want to hang around too. I don't want to find out what that is. And so it's moving, I guess, as quickly as we can in the direction of our map. But
okay,
yeah.
You look at the map. This is where it gets interesting. Whoever's looking at the map, I need someone to give me a survival roll.
Who had the map?
Doesn't matter. I don't care who has the map.
I have a +6 to survival.
What's that mean?
I think Velree should read the map.
Okay.
Yeah, probably best.
All right, go ahead and make me a survival roll, Velree.
I'm gonna reroll.
Of course, yeah. Use our luck. Let's go ahead and use our luck.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, balls.
Okay. We're gonna probably go with the 12 at that point then. All right, Velree, you glance at it. You're not one for this kind of tracking and maneuvering around. It's probably one of the first times you've really looked at a map quickly. As you glance over it, you're looking around. You think that you're going down the right tunnel, hopefully.
Uh-huh.
And as you point out that direction, the five of you quickly moving down further into the depths of the dark, damp Underdark. As you move this way, the cause continue to badger you from behind. They begin to become more and more distant, as perhaps they're not moving as quickly as you are in your fastened pace. However, they are ever present as you move downwards. You come to a split in the tunnel, and judging by what Velree had looked at, you decide to take the rightmost tunnel. You move, and I need one of you to roll me a d6, please.
Desire. How long has it been since our last battle?
A 1 for
That was
Reside.
good.
So since the pudding, oh yes, because you want to make sure you get rid of the other one. I will say that at any point you can drop this thing. A few hours are going to pass here.
Okay, if there's like a cliff or something, I'd like to drop it off at that.
Okay, I'll say at one point it probably opens up into a cavern that you can't even see the bottom of. You smell briny water, almost sea-like, coming from down somewhere, and you just kind of casually
Just
throw
chuck
the
it.
thing out, and it just
Keep walking. Don't
as
break
it falls,
stride.
it falls down as you all continue on.
Yeah.
A few hours pass, and let me make sure. A few hours pass, and as you turn and move, the cawing seems to dampen. You begin to slow your pace. Velree, you recheck the map, and as you look at it, you look down and you look over and you look at where the chasm, you see like a marking for where the chasm you threw the rat, that zoomed through the rat off of. You're like, huh, that's strange. And then you realize that the path you took just makes a big loop. And as you come back, suddenly you see, maybe 100 feet away or so, the cacophony of loud avian noises grows very loud all of a sudden. And you see large vulture-like creatures beginning to stumble forward in a crazed mass of insanity as they are thrashing about, bleeding from multiple orifices, as the deep crows that are let's just say a vile pestilence of the Underdark have come to run you down and possibly kill you in their lamentations and seeking of death. As it appears, they are going to move through you, and they are not stopping. There are somewhere, it's hard to tell how many there are because they're packed together and they're moving in such a big group. I need to know your decision on how you're going to approach the situation. You have two choices. You could attempt to weather the storm and kill as many as possible. Perhaps you'll break them. Or you can flee. And we will enter into a skill challenge to see how you do. The choice is yours.
Zuna's team flee.
Skill challenge.
We haven't had one in a long time.
I don't know what is a skill challenge.
Oh,
They're the worst.
You wound me.
It's where we roll and do badly.
That is untrue. You guys you're level 13 for God's sakes. You guys are probably pretty good at a lot of things now. It's up to you. You guys make your decision.
If we're in a freaking circle and we run from them, they're just gonna.
Well, you have no idea what their goal is.
That child is made for some fun story.
I would like to give you guys. You know what, Zune? Give me an Arcana check, Zune.
Me give the Arcana check.
Yes, you're the only one that would have any inkling of possibly what the hell these things are.
Ooh, not 20. That's
20 for a 23. Zune, you lived in the Underdark, though you don't grace its tunnels. You mostly just stayed within the city before you went up above. However, you've heard tales of deep crows, and you would know that they are extremely dangerous in great numbers. The weird thing is, nobody's quite sure where they come from or how they even exist, or if they're just like a natural, almost defensive mechanism of the Underdark itself, as there's almost no communication that can be spoken with them, as they are utterly insane, and they're often found attempting to commit suicide by bashing themselves against things, running over anything in their path, and usually, perhaps they might be moving towards the giant chasm and lake that you guys moved back towards, and they're going to jump off to murder themselves.
Guys, we should just get out of their way. Sounds weird, I know, but I don't remember if we go up, would the lake, is there a way to get out of their path from the lake?
Well, we'll see. Those depend on how the skill challenge goes. If that's what we're doing.
I don't think we should fight them. I think we should get out of here. Just get out of their way.
How tall are they compared to the length of the thing?
They would be considered large. So they're around. So your average one is somewhere between 9 and 10 feet tall. There's some that are taller, some that are shorter. But yeah, the top of the cavern, you're looking at probably 40 feet above.
I'm just saying, if Velree were to go up the sides, up a little.
Of course, yeah. Velree could easily maneuver around them. Probably the rest of these people with you would have a hard time.
I know. Okay. I could tie someone to me.
Decision time. Or we are
we're fleeing.
Yeah, we're
okay. We are fleeing.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna go in a clockwise. Well, we'll go counterclockwise. First off, for the skill challenge to flee from the deep crows, Rogar, how would you like to aid your escape?
So we don't know where we got turned around, basically, when we were...
You're not exactly sure, no. But Velree determined that you, because of what was happening, that you had made a wrong turn, and the tunnel you were in loops back around to the one you were coming from. You almost just made a big circle.
Yeah. I guess running would be a skill that I would like to use.
The athletics check.
Rogar? Yeah. You know?
Go ahead and make an athletics check, Rogar.
All right. It's not great. 14.
14. Let me make sure. The DC is... The DC you are looking for is a 15. So it's a failure for Rogar.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Rogar's like, we must flee! And he begins to run, and he stumbles slightly. He doesn't fall on his face, but as he stumbles, he loses some momentum. Some of you kind of like bunching up behind him. You're like, God damn it! And trying to push him out of the way. As everyone is beginning to move in the opposite direction of the avian crows. Velree, how would you like to aid the escape here? And I will remind you, you guys are not allowed to use the same skills.
As each other, we all... even though I haven't used athletics.
He just used athletics, so you must pick something else.
What about acrobatics?
Okay.
And I hardcore my, like...
Sure.
Go
ahead, give me an acrobatics roll.
Okay. Oh, no! I'm going to reroll.
Go ahead and re-roll that. You got an 11.
Yeah, hold on. Let's try that again. Better.
18. That is a pass. That is a success.
Okay, great.
As Velree begins to take the lead, kind of pushing Rogar to the side. He's weak anyway. You easily push him to the side. Begin to move quickly. Some of the stalagmites are able to kind of like jump around, and showing everyone an easier path, hopefully, through this somewhat hazardous terrain. That will then bring me to Tristan Varel.
Ooh. I would like to use my intelligence.
Your intelligence? Sure, why not? Give me an intelligence check, Trist.
Where's that at?
I'm glad you just said intelligence and not investigation, which would have been much better for you.
It's 9.
It's a 9. What would it be as an investigation, Trist?
An investigation? It would be a 14. I was about
14?
to say 19.
Unfortunately, it's still a failure, Trist.
Oh,
You're
shit.
one short. One short.
Damn it.
As you can rewind time if you'd like, Trist. If you'd like to do that, I would allow it.
Have we failed all of them so far?
You have passed one.
I don't know how many.
Well, 2, I think.
This will be the third.
What's the?
This
Rogar,
is the third. It's 1 and 1.
Rogar failed. Velree succeeded.
We don't know what first to 3. Okay. Then I will reroll then, since we don't know what we're getting to. Okay, reroll. That's a pass.
26 is an easy pass. As Tristan Varel sees you're having a hard time scoping out the situation, you pull on your wizardly time powers and are able to get a second look at a quick glance. And as you do, everything kind of like stop motions and pulls back before it resets again, allowing you to further see, perhaps taking this subtle right turn here. Maybe this will get us even closer to that cliff face that Zune was talking about. Able to make that a success, which will then lead me to Zune.
Hey.
Hey.
So, I'm going to use, I think it's dancing lights, right?
Okay.
My cantrip to try to encourage them to go the opposite direction toward the water, away from the direction we're heading, to deceive them. I would like to use deception.
Oh, you'd like? Okay, yeah, sure. I like that. Go ahead and give me a deception roll.
Me. Deception. 19.
19. Easily done.
I'll roll a 4 plus 15.
I know, it does. It's a plus 15. It's almost like
she can't fail it.
It couldn't fail the roll. Didn't matter what it was. It couldn't fail it.
I like it.
Azun takes the lights, spins, and then easily begins to spin them around, cascading them in front of the few lead Corvian-looking creatures. And as their lights catches, their eyes catch the light, they begin to move, following the lights as you shift them along. Razire, we need one more success, and it is your turn.
Yes, of course. I'm going to make an insight check to make sure that Velree's path is secure, huh?
Sure, yeah. Well, give me an insight check. This will be, we'll say, more studying the creatures than Velree, but yes, go ahead.
All right.
Oh, you're one short, Razire.
Is it one short? Damn.
You're one short. 14.
That was my best. That was my best.
I know. You're one short. I'm sorry, Razire. I'm sorry.
And I don't have any reroll opportunities.
No, you don't. Unfortunately, Razire, you go to look back. You're trying to confirm that the creatures are fleeing, and they're hard to read. They're birds, for God's sakes. Who would dare play one of these creatures to begin with? Who would want to dress up like one at a table and roll dice? I don't know. Regardless, though, Razire, your insight fails you, and you just continue to move forward. This will bring us down to the last roll that will determine if you enter combat or if you succeed, and it falls on the shoulders of Rogar, who is not allowed to use athletics because he just used it. So, Rogar, how would you like to determine the outcome of your party here?
Oh boy. I will try to intimidate them.
Give me an intimidation check, Rogar.
All right.
Does he get bonuses for being naked?
That's a 2. That's a 2.
You know, the Scots used to do it.
I'll tell you what. I will allow Zune, if Zune would like this, to give you a bardic inspiration that you can use to roll with it.
I wasn't sure if I could.
Is it a D10?
I think it's a D10 now. Let me confirm.
I think it's a D10. Roll a D10, Rogar.
Oh boy. It's not enough.
Nope. It's a 13.
A 13. Yeah.
So Rogar turns around, face the son of Amu! And the lights that Zune was using to drift the creatures towards the water, they just immediately go towards you, and they begin to charge forward. And they have closed on you at this point, and we are entering combat once again. So let me pull this up real fast. Pull up the crows. This is going to go interestingly.
Damn skill challenges.
All right, go ahead and roll me initiative, everyone.
It's 17.
Okay, looks like everybody's in. Rather thematically, Rogar, you are the first one in initiative order. Escape is pretty much not an option at this point, Rogar, as they are closing rapidly. And you watch as they begin to close on you, their feet begin to leave the ground, and they pick up incredible speed, as it appears their wings do work in some form or fashion. And as they are darting towards you at incredible speed, what would you like to do, Rogar?
Rage.
Yes. Rages.
I will charge them.
Okay.
And
you charge forward.
The deep cleaver.
Okay. You run forward towards the lead crows. I have them bundled in groups. They are in groups of 6. There are 6, 12, 18, 20. There are 36 crows in this group.
There's a lot of crows.
Oh, it is.
All right.
You move forward. Go ahead and make your attack.
All right.
I mean, you want to use
recklessly.
I can go reckless? No.
Not going to.
24 definitely hits.
24. That will be 15 points of damage plus 3. 18. So 18 points of damage.
18 points of damage. So the first group is
attack again.
Okay.
I'm not going to roll recklessly, but I am going to put on Great Weapon Master.
Sure. Let's do it. What is that? Is that a 17? 18. Is it 18? That is enough. That's barely enough.
Ooh. 24 points of damage.
24 points of damage come slicing in. You slay several of these creatures as their wings flap and they kind of begin to surround you, Rogar. Mm-hmm. And that's it for your turn.
That's my turn.
Resire. It is your turn. You're next in initiative.
I'm up next, huh? Well, all right. How close range are we?
They're closing at a significant rate. You're within 60 feet of the creatures.
Oh, okay. So they're not within touchy touch just yet.
No, not yet. They will be their next turn because they move incredibly quickly.
I got you. Give me just a second. That changes a few things. Well,
so what you gonna do, Resire? You have a lot of interesting spells.
I do, yeah. I'm looking here. I believe I have the answer that we're looking for.
What do you got,
or at least that I'm looking for it now. I'm going to cast a spiritual weapon.
Okay.
Because that gives me 60 feet range.
It does.
And I'm going to make an attack with it.
Okay. Go ahead and give me an attack roll with spiritual weapon.
Oh, baby.
Natural 20. Wow.
Yeah,
okay.
That's pretty good.
We've resorted back to the regular crits because the cards take too long. So just go ahead and roll the damage on it, and that would be the damage. Yeah.
7.
Oh, so sad.
The crit. Yeah.
I'll allow you to double it. We'll call it 14.
We'll make it 14.
14 damage.
Very kind of you. Very kind.
Sad.
So there's that, and then that's my one attack action.
Now you have your action now. You just can't cast.
Oh right, no, that was a bonus action.
Yeah, you can't cast a leveled spell, so you can do a cantrip.
Do a cantrip, but I don't know if I have any that go that far.
I think Sacred Flame is 60.
Sacred Flame will. So we're gonna. That's a Dex 17.
Dex 17. We'll roll for it.
Make the same.
They got a 19. Unfortunately, I'm sorry.
Yeah. So that's save or die. So it doesn't matter.
Okay. So you kind of like you kind of smash down the spiritual weapon towards one in the lead, but or the group that's beginning to surround Rogar, but unfortunately.
It's all such a surprise, huh?
Yeah, you smash one
with
crazy
birds. Who will play a crazy bird?
Exactly. That will bring me then to Zune. It is your turn, Zune.
So, can you describe how tightly packed we are? Like, how much range is around us?
You guys have room to maneuver. This will probably be like a 50-foot wide tunnel with like a 40 or 50-foot tall ceiling. The things in front of you have blocked the path around them, and they're like wall to wall, just running in this like frenzy.
How many could I theoretically get in like a 20-foot range?
Probably quite a few. What are you attempting to do?
I want to use Fairy Fire, but I don't want to hit Rogar.
That's easily done.
Okay. I would like to cast that. I think it's a Dex saving throw. Let me confirm.
It is. I know that one by heart.
Okay. Yay,
Dex save for the crows. fail for one of them. I'll give you 3 groups. Why not?
Okay.
A fail for the second one, and a fail for the third. So 3
advantage to all hits.
So 3 of them. So that is 6 rolls. That's technically 18 crows are enveloped in fairy fire as they come surging forward as Zune tries to make it a little easier for things to go on.
And I'd like to hit Velree, who's coming up with Bardic Inspiration.
All right. And it is, in fact, Velree's turn.
Well, Rogar's already up in there, right?
Rogar is up in it, yes. He is literally up in it.
Up in it. I'm going to go assist, rage, and assist.
Okay. You do not need to go reckless because Zune Fairy fired him. You have advantage already.
Noise. Okay. And he attacked with his magical weapon, right?
They don't appear to resist any of the damage, if that's what you're asking. No.
Okay. Cool. 27.
27
Cool.
definitely hits. Just go ahead and roll them all. I've got a feeling you're probably going to hit. Yeah, 27 hits for sure.
Ugh, can't see. There we go. Okay. Nice. 27.
Another 27. That's impressive. It's almost like we're just rolling the same dice over and over again.
I know.
Last attack.
Oh my god. Natural 20.
Natural 20. So that one will be the... Go ahead and roll that now, so it'll just give you the damage for it.
Okay, and I'm going to add an infectious fury on that.
On that one, yeah, I figured. So roll the damage for that one, and then we'll do the infectious fury. Oh, that's so sad.
I know.
I'll let you double that. We'll call it 24.
You also get
12.
brutal critical. Just so you
Oh
know.
yeah. I forgot
Yes.
about this. So yeah, you need to roll. So yeah, we're probably not going to even have to
D6.
double that. So roll 2 more d6.
Okay.
This will be just your base damage.
Okay. Nice. Pretty good.
So that's an additional 10. So that's 22 right there. Plus your rage damage is 3 right now. So that's 25 from 1 hit. Plus you're going to do infectious fury. Needs to make a wisdom save. They do have proficiency in wisdom saves, believe it or not.
Okay.
And they fail with a 9.
Nice.
So roll your 2d12 and then we'll double that.
And did Rogar not give the inspiration? Did we count that?
Oh no, yeah, I don't know. I'm
Yeah, I
assuming
would
you
give
gave it to Velree?
I always give it to Velree, yeah.
So it's an additional +2 for that one attack, and we'll do the rest here in a minute.
I only rolled a 6 on the 2.
6. Well, it still ends up being 12 because we're doubling it, so it ends up being 12 points of psychic damage.
Oh shit.
So that just one hit, you cleave through like 3 or 4 crows. Just roll. Now roll 3d6 for the other attacks that you made.
Okay.
And it'll be plus 15 plus 6, so plus 21. So 11 plus 21 is 32. So 32 points of damage. All right. You've almost killed one group of the crows. A single group. As all of you begin to pile on, trying to shred through these creatures. It comes to Tristan Farrell. It is your turn.
So they're just a large group.
There's massive groups of them. Yes, and they're just moving down this tunnel.
All right, we are going to be hitting them with a lightning bolt.
Figured as much. There it goes.
And we're gonna do it at 4th level.
4th level. Okay. I will allow you to get 3 out of the 6, or excuse me, 3 out of the 5 groups. So, do you want to target the one that is severely wounded?
Sure.
Okay. All right. Dex saves. Go ahead and roll your damage, and I will tell you what I got. I got a failure for the first one, failure for the second one, and a big failure for the third one. All of them fail and take 29 points of lightning damage. One group is the group that Velree and Rogar moved up towards, and everyone's been kind of focusing on, is decimated. destroyed, I should say. The 2 more groups are also hit by this just bolt of lightning that just like cascades and jumps from crow to crow as it launches through them, dealing significant hurt. However, it is now the Deep Crow's turn. As I said, there are many groups of them. One group is immediately going to swarm Rogar, and then the other Velree. So Rogar, the first one to attack you, is going to make 3 attacks, it looks like. They get to make 3 attacks at advantage.
Advantage? Shit.
Because they are a swarm of enemies, they get to make 3 attacks at advantage. That's a natural 20 for the first attack. That is a 20 for the second attack.
That'll hit.
And another natural 20 for the third attack.
Jesus. That hits as well.
It's a good thing, they're not magic or anything, Rogar. So you get hit.
Well, we'll see the damage, and then we'll see.
The first one that hits you, it hits you with these mandible, like it's like mandible-like beak as it crunches down on your shoulder. That's a lot of damage. So that is going to be 24 points of piercing damage.
Okay.
Doubled because it's a natural 20.
It's 24.
But since you're raging, it's just 24. And you are also grappled as the creature latches onto you, and you are considered restrained until you escape.
All right.
The second one that hits you also with its mandibles is going to be another 24 piercing damage, halved to 12.
Okay.
And then the one claws you as it's running by for 11 slashing damage. It would be doubled since it's a natural 20, but you have it, so it's just 11.
All right.
All right, and that's the attacks on Rogar, who's looking really fucked up already.
Yeah.
The next one is going towards Velree at advantage. That is going to be a 16 to hit. Misses. A natural 20 for the second attack. I'm sorry, Velree. And for the third attack, does an 18 hit, Velree?
That is a glancing blow.
Glancing blow? Okay, so third one's a glancing blow. So you will take 1 natural 20, Velree.
Yeah.
So that is going to be 15 points of piercing damage as one of the beaks comes through. That's already halved. As it bites onto you, and you are considered restrained, grappled and restrained. Now, I'll remind you, you get a reaction if you're still wearing that ring.
No, I'm not currently wearing the ring.
Okay, you took the ring off? Okay, well, you don't get a reaction then. I'll never get to see it used. I never got to see it. I got to see it used like one time.
I know.
Whatever.
I thought about
Whatever. You don't care. You don't care. I know. The last one, the glancing blow. What would have been 11 is reduced to 5, which is then reduced to 2. So 2 points of damage from the claw.
Okay.
And that's it for the ones against Velree. The next 2 crows are going to surge forward as they have a flying speed of 80 feet. As the next 2 groups just swarm around the 2 of them as they are just being enveloped. One of them is going to target. Let's roll a old die here. We're going to target Raziah and Zune. What do you know?
Ooh, bring it.
Trist is safe for now. Raziah! Let's see if I don't know if they can penetrate your defenses, Raziah. That is I spoke too soon. That is a 26 to hit, Raziah.
That will hit.
That'll hit. First one's going to hit. The second attack is it's a 24 to hit, Raziah. I'm sorry.
Wow.
They have advantage.
Pretty good. I mean, and you did it critical. That's pretty good.
And another 24. So unfortunately, Raziah, all 3 are going to hit you. However, no
would have helped at all.
No critical hits. Razire, from the first attack, you will take 18 points of piercing damage, and you are restrained. The second attack, you will take an additional 18 points of piercing damage.
Poorly.
And you were, I guess, double restrained. I don't know.
Yeah.
And the claw.
Extra.
The claw is going to be a 18 to hit. That misses you, right?
That does miss. Yeah.
That misses. Okay, so you only get hit twice. As they begin to surge forward. Now, Zune.
Strain.
They're coming towards you now, Zune. The first one is a 22 to hit, Zune. That hits.
I have to act.
That hits. I know.
Yes,
you don't have anything. You don't have shield or anything.
I mean, I can use silvery barbs, but I feel like I need to save that for when someone crits on me.
Well, the second one is a 28 to hit, which is going to hit.
Silvery barbs him. Why not?
Okay. Well, it goes from a 28 to a 14.
Oh, okay, good.
Misses.
Yeah.
All right. And the third attack is going to be a 17 to hit Zune.
Sorry, glancing blow.
That's okay. Last one's a glancing blow. So you only get hit by one of the mandibles for 14 points of piercing damage, and you are considered restrained. And the claw is not much. It is, well, I say that. It's an additional 16 points reduced to 8, so only 8 points of slashing damage. All right. I'm glad that we failed our skill challenge. It's been great, guys.
Oh, I need to roll a concentrate.
Yes, you will. To see if you keep your spell up. Actually, you need to roll 2, technically.
Ooh, +1.
19.
Nice.
Pass the first one. Go ahead and roll for the second. You need to beat a 10, I think. Yeah, 10. 9. Oh.
Also have advantage on it, though, right? Warcaster? Is that not?
Yeah, you have advantage. Yeah, if you have Warcaster. Yeah, roll again.
Yay. Please work.
A 10 on the money. That works. That's all you needed. That's all you needed. Zune's able to keep concentration of Fairy Fire. So 2 of the groups are still Fairy Fired. Which brings me to the top of the round, Rogar, who's looking mighty shitty, I might add.
He is.
What would you like to do, Rogar?
I will be attacking. That's
Okay.
for sure. So we'll do that first. All right. I guess I can roll with advantage because it doesn't matter. Anyway.
This one would be advantage. You don't have to use Reckless because this is one of the ones that are Fairy Fired.
Yeah, they get advantage attacking me anyway, so.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Doesn't
really
matter.
Yeah.
So I will attack.
Okay. Can we attack roll?
Great Weapon Master. Ooh, natural 20.
Natural 20. Damn.
So.
This is going to be a lot.
Are we doubling the damage or doubling the roll?
We were doubling the rolls. We'll do whatever's simplest. Because you have to roll extra dice and shit. Let's just roll the damage on that one, and then we'll add your extra brutal critical stuff.
Okay. Oh, terrible. 8.
So sad.
Plus 10, so 18.
Then roll your brutal critical, and we'll double that.
All right.
So that's 18.
Jesus. 3.
So that is sad. Plus additional 6.
Additional 6.
Okay. Well, was that including your rage damage?
Plus another 3. So
another 3. Okay.
So yeah.
It's a hefty hit. I'm not gonna lie. It's hefty.
Yeah. Hefty.
You get one more. You get another attack.
All right. Same thing. Natural 20, baby.
Another natural 20. Let's go and do this all over again.
Do it again. All right. 2d8. That's another 18.
18.
Yep.
Roll your brutal again.
Plus 3.
Plus 3.
So 21.
Yeah.
For the first
and then
roll. Yeah. And then another 2d8. Yeah. Better.
12. Additional 12. And we double that to 24.
Yeah. So 24 plus 42.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So it is severely. You've started cleaving through the one that's on you. It's still up, Rogar.
Okay. The numerous ones that are on me, I'm assuming like 3 or 4 are biting into me.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm gonna have to. Am I allowed to? Let me see. Restrained. Am I allowed to take a swig of my drink?
I mean, you're sure. Why not?
Okay. As they're biting me, I just like reach down and just take a big swig.
Yeah. As they're attached to you, quite literally.
Yes.
You're like,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will roll heal. Or
heal.
Actually, I guess we don't roll heal anymore.
Go ahead and. Well, if you're taking a swig of your booze, you will have to roll for that. But if you're taking a health potion, you can just.
Okay, then I'll roll for it. Let me see.
Yeah. And then that will then bring me to Resire. It is your turn, Resire.
Yes, it is. I will be moving my spiritual weapon.
Yep, you can easily move it back. The closest one you could probably get it to is the one that is attacking either Rogar or Velree.
Okay. All right. Well, let's chip in and help them out with that. We'll take an attack.
Okay. Is that a 9?
That's going to hit. 23.
23. Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
23 will hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
7.
7 points of radiant damage, or actually force damage. Doesn't matter.
Yeah. Then for my action, can I try to break free?
Yes, you can, if you'd like to. Mm-hmm.
Would that be
It's either athletics. It can be athletics or acrobatics. The DC is 17.
Okay, so for me, an athletics check would be better. Hey!
A 20.
Natural 20.
You're able to kind of like slough off. I'll say you get them both off.
Crazy birds!
Yeah, you kind of like throw the birds off of you.
Go walk off your cliff, huh?
Do you want to move, Resire?
Yeah. Let me move.
Yeah.
Out of the way a little bit.
Well, now you say that. When you say out of the way, are you going to retreat, or are you going to go through them towards the rest of your party?
Well, I want to stay with my party, so I'm going to go through them towards the rest of the party, I reckon.
You pull your way through the group that's been attacking you. As you move through it, they will get a single opportunity attack.
Okay.
Which is going to, maybe hit. We'll see. It's a 21 to hit.
That's the button.
Right on the button. I will remind you, you have a magic shield I gifted you. You can use your reaction to boost your AC.
Oh, that's right.
By your wisdom modifier.
That would make it less.
Yes, it would.
More.
And in addition to that, you get to make a reprisal attack roll against the creature. You can either use a cantrip, or you can slash it with your scimitar.
Oh yeah, let me cantrip his ass.
Okay. Which one would you like to use?
Sacred Flame.
Okay. I'll have it make a Dex save.
Yeah.
It is going to make It's going to fail with a 14.
Sweet. Yeah.
16 points of radiant damage. As you're able to get your shield up, and the shield absorbs the blow.
That takes off the charge, right?
It does. It takes off one charge. It funnels down, and you can just kind of like blast out your sword towards it, scorching one of the creatures that tried to attack you. It also deals an additional modifier in damage, which is your modifier, which I believe is 3.
What does?
What is your wisdom modifier?
It's my wisdom modifier is 4.
It's 4. Okay, so 4.
Yeah.
So it deals an additional 4 damage. That's part of the shield's ability. Okay.
Yeah.
And you're able to push through that group.
I barrel through with my shield.
And that will bring me to Zoom. It is your turn, Zoom.
When he barreled through, did they continue on the path they were taking, or are they still trying to engage with him?
They haven't moved yet, so you're not sure.
Well, is Trist within reaching range?
I'm going to say you were swallowed up. You're not going to be able to reach anyone.
Okay, then I would like to... This is probably going to suck, but okay, so there's a group on Razire, there's a group on me, there's a dead group, and then a group with Velree and a group with Rogar.
Yes.
Okay. I would like, and I imagine Rogar ran up and met them, so he and Velree are engaging in front of us. Okay. I would like to Dimension Door be a few feet, like out of range, behind the group that Rogar is engaging with.
Okay. Easily done. You kind of like, but you try to belt out your sonorous tones here. You're technically restrained, but I believe it's only vocal. Yeah, it's just vocal. If I believe it's not going to matter. It's not hard. It's not that hard. You have Warcaster.
Instantaneous vocal. Yep.
Yeah. So you're able to belt out a few tones, and as you do, you fold a fabric of reality opens up as you pass into another dimension, phasing and to the other side of the battlefield and opening up, spitting yourself out. And you're looking at the backs of these foul, tall, lanky crow creatures as they are assaulting the rest of your party.
God, and I think that would drop the fairy fire, and I think there's only one group really left at it.
And it doesn't drop the fairy fire.
Doesn't? Okay. Then I would like to throw Bardic Inspiration on Rogar.
Okay. Rogar gets some Bardic Inspiration. It's going to bring me to Velree. It is your turn, Velree.
All right. I'm going to continue attacking.
Okay. You will attack the one that is engaged with you because you were surrounded by it.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and give me some attack rolls with advantage because they're still fairy fired.
Nice.
25 hits. Continue. 28 also hits.
$24.
24 hits. And you get one more.
Ooh.
14 misses. You have one last luck left. I know.
Well, no,
wait, doesn't she have advantage?
Yeah, that's at advantage. Oh yeah, your Bardic Inspiration. Yeah, go ahead and roll it if you'd like.
I will.
D10.
Yes. Ooh, yeah. 9 points.
Yeah, that turns it into a 23, so that hits. Cool. Go ahead and roll 4d6, and we'll add 28 to it. All right, so that's going to be 47 points of damage as Velree starts carving through as many of these creatures as she can, just lashing out wildly. Would you like to do anything with your bonus action, Velree?
My bonus action.
I mean, if you want to, I don't know. You can also use Infectious Fury if you want to use it.
I tried that earlier, and they were pretty resistant to it. Is that right?
They are proficient in Wisdom.
So on these, just so she gets a +5 for her damage, because her normal strength is +5, and then she gets +3, +2 for each one as well.
Oh, okay, yeah. It's an additional. 40. Yeah, it's an additional 40. Okay, I will.
So minimum of 40 + 19. Yeah.
Modify that then.
Yeah.
So cool.
All right. Modified.
Okay. Yeah, I'll might as no, they're prefer. I'm okay.
It's up to you. Okay.
Wait. Yeah, I'm fine.
That will then bring me to Tristan Varel.
So, let's talk here.
Yeah, okay. Well, what are we going to talk about, Trist?
A cone of cold.
Cone of cold? Mm-hmm.
Will that encompass more crows than a lightning bolt would? Since it's an area effect.
So I will say before they were engaged, yes. Now that everything's been, you're basically in the center, and they're kind of swarming around you, attacking your party. So probably not going to be any better than a lightning bolt at this point.
Damn. Well, then we'll just go to the lightning bolt.
Which group are you going to target? So I want you to picture the battlefield right now.
Yes.
The ones attacking Rogar and Velree are ahead of you.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that was attacking Razire and Zune would be next to you, on your left and on your right.
Mm-hmm.
So which ones are you going to target?
I would move away from those two groups.
Okay.
Moving towards the Rogar Velree group.
Okay.
And then in a concerted effort to try to clear a path through them, I would cast the lightning bolt in that direction.
Okay. Sure.
If I can take the ones off of Rogar to help him out, since he did not get healed in the last combat.
Yeah, we will. All right. I'll say you're able to probably hit both groups here. So I'll make some dex saves.
All right. We're going to do it at 5th level this time.
It's a failure and a failure. They rolled 8s on their deck. Oh, excuse me. They do have magic resistance, so they get to roll twice. Still fail. I'm rolling consistent 8s here. I don't know what's happening. I rolled 4 8s. So they both fail, and they are going to take
41.
How much damage? 41 points of lightning damage, which will fry both of the groups attacking Velree and Rogar. As Trist moves and just kind of like arcs, he's able to get the remainder of them as he moves past.
Smells like burnt chicken.
It does indeed. Thankfully, Tristan Varel was wise enough to fry the creatures in front of him because he was about to be swarmed by those two groups. Yes. As you witness the two groups that attacked Razire and Zune do not turn around. They continue to run forward past you all. And we are officially out of combat unless you would like to try to chase them down for some reason.
No, thank you.
Okay, as they begin to run, and they're screaming. Zune still probably. Well, no, it wouldn't be past anymore. But Zune, you hear the cause, and you remember their chants of death, death, death. And as you look outwards and you watch them just dive off of the top of the chasm, their wings fluttering for a moment and then just willingly going slack as they plummet God knows how far. Down, down, down. And you don't even hear a splash as you have survived the onslaught of the deep crows. And were you going to say something, Rogar?
I just said madness.
And as Rogar says that, that's where we're going to take our first break.